So this lesson, we make a video with my voice so you will understand probably better. So you have presentation with pictures, just look at it, and we have this video. Chromosomes, DNA and genes, the lesson is very important because I try to give you some important information about your health, about your genetics, and this also we will talk about how to make you superhumans, yeah, supermen. So the DNA consists of, it is double helix. Why it is double helix? It is just to have protection from damaging of one string of the DNA. Then, as it is protected, it is better. So, if anything happen, DNA will keep information. So, DNA is using 4 amino acids to code the information, but it is not 4-bit code. It is 64-bit code. Why? Because the amino acids, they are grouped in codon. Codon, it is 3 positions, and every position can have 4 combinations. So altogether, it is 4 times 4 times 4, 64 possible combinations. So nature is using 64-bit to compress information to make it as small, as compact as possible, because our DNA is really huge. Okay, if we look special, it is double helix, as I said. Double helix, and if it is some atoms, you see structure. And again, even with this double helix and with 64-bit, our DNA too long, and it has to stay inside of nucleus of the cell, so it has to be very compact in space. What is used? They use so-called histones. Histones are such proteins. They look a little bit round, like a cylinder, and then the DNA is wrapped, it's around the histone, and histones keep information about one gene. Some gene is about, well, consists of this one histone and then some this DNA with this information. One gene, one histone. And then next what we can see, histones are arranged like in a fiber. So they already compress a little bit more, and they produce a fiber. Name of this fiber is chromatin. Chromatin, okay? Chromatin, and then this chromatin compressed further to chromosome. Not all living beings, living creatures have chromosomes. Only complicated one, only with many cells, like animals, like most of the plants. And I should say, here you can see double helix go to histone, around histone, then it is compressed to chromatin, and chromatin compressed further to chromosome, and then it is small enough to stay inside the nucleus. And here we see this histone. It is like a little bit rounded, and then DNA goes wrapped around this histone. Okay, as I said, not all things in nature have so big DNA. For example, viruses. Viruses are very simple creatures. They are not alive. They are like they cannot be alive. They are not evil. It is piece of code. It is some words what nature want to tell us and maybe other animals. Virus, it is a means of communication between biological species, because virus can come from animals, it can come from plants, and we humans are the one, we are united were united with all the nature. We united with all the nature, and then viruses just transfer information from other biological species to us. And there are many viruses, different, and coronavirus is not big. It's not big, it is not complicated, because there are much bigger, much more complicated viruses. And then coronavirus, interesting, it has this DNA inside. It has, it has DNA inside, and it is in a ring. It is, it has the form of ring. In this DNA, the codes making code for protein, which you see at the surface. This is so-called spike protein because they look like spikes, and also for all this interface and for code itself. So what is happening? So first we can check size. Size of the coronavirus is only 100 nanometers or 1/10 of micron. So other viruses can be much larger, so they can have size even 2.5 microns, so 25 times larger than coronavirus. Coronavirus is really, really small. And your mask have opening about 30 microns. 30 microns. So it is, you see, coronavirus can get through the mask very easy because mask is 300 times have opening 300 times more larger than the size of the virus, so the virus can get very easy. So mask is not give complete protection. It gives some protection, but actually it is not so good, and you have to care. You have to work more to protect your body from viruses. And again, remember that virus is not evil. It is just information. It is nature is giving you information to change you, because environment is changing, and you have to be together with environment. So your body is changing together with environment. Okay. And to compare with human hair diameter has 60 micron diameter, and viruses is 1/10 of the diameter. So you cannot see it with naked eye. You can see it with special electron microscope, so not very easy. About vaccines. Vaccines are also kind of virus. You cannot say that vaccine is like medicine. No, modern vaccines, they organized like a virus. It is actually a virus. They have small DNA or RNA. RNA, it is not double helix, but only one strand of the DNA. But it also works. What happens when you make injection of the vaccine go to your blood, and then this they call it mRNA, this messenger, and then it goes to the cell, it goes inside, and then it is going to the ribosome, and in the ribosome it is producing spike protein. Spike protein is a marking the cells, and our immune system reacts to the this marker, and it kills infected cells. So if cell producing these spike proteins, immune cells are coming and kill this cell. How they know that it is cell infected? They check surface, and if surface have the spike proteins, they kill this cell. This is important. Okay, the shape of the spike protein. Here it is, you see picture in the left, and you see protein, it is very long actually. To the right side it has more very complicated shape, but okay, you can see it as like some, I don't know, you see picture like spike. Okay, spike protein, what else you know you need? Problem with spike proteins is such that spike protein can stay to, it's not only ignite the response of the immune cells, what it is doing, when it is coming to your blood, it can go to not infected cells. It can stay at the surface of the cell, but then the immune system will think that this is infected cell, they will kill these cells. Normally, inside our blood vessels, we have such structure that this is, okay, look here. We have blood with erythrocytes, with other blood cells, and inside we have a layer of epithelium. This very thin layer of epithelium, but it is very important because this epithelium has some fibers. Here you see blue color, but these fibers better visible here. And what these fibers are doing, they keep the mucus. Mucus, it is some substance which is like gel, and this gel is electrically charged. Electrically charged so that it is charged so that you can that it electrically charged, that it is repels the blood cells. So blood cells are not coming to the wall; they're always at some distance. But if you have high level of glucose, if you have a high level of glucose, then this glycocalyx is damaged. You cannot. There is no glycocalyx. There is no protection. And if there is no protection, then what happens? There is no this protecting layer, and spike protein can sit on the epithelium cells. And our immune system, which is in the blood, it is a lymphocytes, they see that this cell probably infected, and they come and kill this cell, which has no protection from glycocalyx. And then this is glycocalyx, and then here the other picture. Okay, what happens when they destroy this cell of epithelium layer? There are other cells inside, mast cells. Mast cells, they are very special. They see damage, and they produce signal molecules. Signal molecules is histamine. Histamine is signal molecule. What it makes? It makes local inflammation. Local inflammation, that it is more blood coming to this place, and also what happens? It is then immune cells are also coming here. And when blood cells are coming to the surface of this inside of the blood vessel, they can create blood clots. Blood clots. They stay, they grow, and then they can go with the bloodstream, and they can go to brain, they can go to heart, and this what you see sometimes when football players play, and then they try to run and cannot run because heart doesn't work. Why it doesn't work? Because blood not giving oxygen to the heart, because blood clots stop blood circulation. This is dangerous. Some people can die. Also, if this damage of the epithelium happens inside lungs, then release of histamine create inflammation, and then inflammation can be so big that air cannot go to lungs, and people die because they cannot breathe. Okay, then again, you think that humans are very complicated creature. We are not, because there are many plants have more DNA, more information, and as you know, even black mulberry has 308 chromosomes, many more than humans have. And other creatures like crab and catfish and even prawn, prawn, and have very many chromosomes. So they look simple, but they are not. Shark have also twice more chromosomes than humans. Pigeon have many more chromosomes. He's like, you think he's stupid? No, the pigeon is not stupid. Pigeon evolved a long time. They have much information inside the DNA. So pigeons are very complicated creatures. Sugarcane, they have the same number of chromosomes like a pigeon. And eventually, dog have almost the same number of chromosomes. And we are coming to chimpanzee. Chimpanzee have 48 chromosomes. But humans have 46. In scientifically speaking, we cannot develop evolution by evolution from monkey because we have 46 chromosomes, and it is actually impossible to remove 2 chromosomes and to have 46 chromosomes, because such mutation will be deadly. Such a creature will not die. So this is why people speculate, okay, maybe somebody created humans. Maybe they used monkey, but they made genetic modification so that it will work. And we are not, but our ancestors were not monkey. We have, yet we have some genetic code from monkey, but not very much. And this is because there was a long time ago, like 500,000 years ago, there were Cro-Magnons, like the humans, and there were Neanderthals. Neanderthals were monkey. And monkey, they don't have, they cannot talk, and they don't cooperate. Humans are so special, they can work together. And because they can work together, they are more productive, they can survive. But monkeys, these Neanderthals, died out. Yeah, because life was very hard, and Cro-Magnons were very good hunters. They kill all the animals, and then Neanderthals didn't have enough food. Okay, what else? We have to talk about so-called traits. Traits are genes which describe color of your hair, color of your eyes, shape of your ears, such like this. So mostly, I mean, what you have from your parents, you have these traits, and they are changing your appearance. But it is not, genetics is not 100% describe you. So you are more than just genetics. So despite you have trait that to make eyes brown or make blonde hair, this is okay, this works, so you cannot change it. But all the humans can be different. You can build your body, it does not depend on genetics, so you can build your body really strong and really different. Because if you think your parents live like not so long, they were pumpui, they were obese or overweight, and then you should be like this. No, it is not so. You can build your body much better, and the evidence is very simple. You know, I am keeping bees in Thailand, and my grandpa was keeping bees. He taught me how to do it, so I know, and I'm keeping apiary in here, in this country. So you have to know that there are 3 castes of the bees. One caste is working bees, worker. Another is males, drone, named drone, and we have queen bee. Queen bee is much larger than working bee, and it works very hard, and it makes eggs. What is interesting that working bee and queen, they are genetically twins. They have absolutely the same genetic, absolutely the same, but they look very different. They work very different. They also live much longer. Okay, let's go next. So what we have? We have in a beehive, we have only one queen, and maybe we have 10,000, 100,000 working bees. Queen bee live here 5 years, but actually it lives up to 7 years. And every day it can produce 2,000 eggs in one day. Big work actually, because it is not just making egg, it is running, it is checking honeycombs, where to put the egg, and clean, no clean. So it is, if you open the beehive, you will see the queen. It is always running, it is always busy. It is It is not fine. It is sometimes it can fly, but even if it is inside, she work a lot. What is interesting, again, as I said, queen bees are genetically identical to working bees. But what is different? Why they are so different? Food is different. Okay, food is different. Queen bee eat royal jelly, only royal jelly. And working bees, they eat sugar and pollen. Okay. So as I said, queen live long, and working bee live 3 weeks, sometimes 4 weeks, 1 month. 1 month, and queen bee can live 6 years. So 6 times 12, it is more than 70 times longer than working bee. And what the queen bee eats? Queen bee eats royal jelly, and who is making royal jelly? Working bees are making royal jelly. Working bees also make wax, and they produce this royal jelly. This royal jelly like cheese. It is not solid, but it is a little bit like yogurt, and it is a little bit pure, a little bit acidic, and it is very, very much calories because it has fat, it has protein, and not much sugar. But the working bees, they eat sugars and proteins from pollen, and they eat, of course, vegetable oil. Okay? And royal bees, they eat only royal jelly. Queen bee eat only royal jelly. Royal jelly has different composition. Royal jelly is very close to food of animal, like animal do. So cows, goats, and sheep, they produce milk for babies, and this composition of the milk not very close, but have some similarity. So if you eat cheese, for example, you may expect that you will live much longer if you comparison with you eating rice. You eat rice, you are working bee. You eat cheese and other animal products, you are a queen or a king. So you can live, in principle, 60 times longer. So working bees and humans, like workers, they live maybe 60 years. But if you get proper food, you can live 60 times more. It means 60 times 60, 330,000 years. So you can live 100,000 years. Imagine, if you eat proper food. Also, food makes your body different. You can be strong, you can be tall, you can look like a king if you eat good food. Okay, then what else? You need magnesium. Magnesium, very important, and you eat magnesium, and magnesium you have to eat more than sodium, more than table salt. Table salt you eat, you make always salty with table salt, but you need magnesium more than table salt. Okay, more. And also you need zinc, also high amount of zinc. So you need not only animal products, you need also supplements. How this epigenetics, this what we call epigenetic difference from different food, different environment, change your body. You can be pumpu, you can be obese, or you can be strong, and you can be a bodybuilder. Everything depends on food. And this is so-called epigenetic. Epigenetics means above genetics. You have genetics. Epigenetics, it is more than genetics, above. So it rules. Epigenetics define your how you look. And this epigenetics, how it works, you can turn on some genes and turn off. And this turn on and turn off is going because of methylation. Methylation, it is group CH3. It can be connected to some gene and stop it, turn it off. and if there is no methylation group, then gene is on. And then this with food and supplements, you can make it on, off, what you want to do. Because we have so many genes which don't work, but you can make them working. What is also important to know about DNA, that every cell has mitochondria. And mitochondria, it is a special organelle inside the cells which producing energy by burning fatty acids, proteins, amino acids, and also sugars in oxygen. So you have oxygen, you have these nutrients, and mitochondria burn them, and end products are CO2 and water, like this. So, and mitochondria have own mitochondrial DNA. It is not the same DNA like in the nucleus. It has own DNA. And these mitochondria are very, very, very important for the cell. They have to be healthy. They have to be very active, and this is the problem. Sometimes, because mitochondria work very hard, it can damage itself. Because when it works, it is producing not only CO2 and water, it also producing so-called reactive oxygen species. It is hydrogen peroxide, it is hydroxyl ion, and the other ions. These ions, these reactive oxygen species, they damage mitochondria. They can make mitochondria sick. What happens? Your cell have a mechanism to repair what is happening. So imagine then one mitochondria is healthy, other is sick. What is happening? They can fuse together, produce one mitochondria, and DNA from good mitochondria go to here and then replace bad DNA, and then you have one mitochondria instead of two, and then everything works good. So mind that one is in Latin mitochondrion, and many mitochondria are. Okay, it's a little bit different from English. Also, what can happen, one healthy mitochondria can split to two pieces, and this is fission. So it can make two mitochondria, and then mitochondria can grow and again divide, again the same like cells, quite similar like cells. Also, there is mechanism to kill and remove sick mitochondria. This process has name mitophagy. Mitophagy is a part of so-called autophagy. Autophagy is a process to clean your cells and from all rubbish. And to ignite this process of mitophagy and autophagy, you have to stop eating. You need fasting. How long? It depends. If you eat rice and other carbohydrates, you have to stay without food 2 days to start autophagy. But if your body is adapted to use fat as a source of energy, this is not easy. But if you adapt it, then it will take only 16 hours. And you can start autophagy and mitophagy every day. So just stay with no food 16 hours every day, and then it will make you much healthier. This is how it works. So again, this mechanism is just, again, they produce such sphere inside, mitochondria inside, then it is coming to lysosome. It is like a stomach. It has acid inside, and it has enzymes. So when it is coming together, then the mitochondria disintegrate to amino acids, and then these amino acids used to produce new mitochondria. Okay? Oops. Somehow, yeah, I don't know. Okay, maybe I have to check what kind of presentation I made, because I think it was more. But okay, just remember, most important things. Your life depends on what you eat. You decide for yourself, are you a working bee or you're royal? So if you are royal, you have to eat animal products, and you have to stay away from sugar, not eating sugar, and not eat plant proteins. You should stop eating noodle, rice, fruits, vegetables. Not easy, but you can do it. It takes time to adapt your body to a so-called ketogenic diet. So ketogenic diet is a diet which use fat as source of energy. It takes minimum 2 months if you are young. For me, it took 8 months. 8 months because I'm older and my body was already not so flexible. So 8 months. In 8 months, I got adapted to use fats as source of energy. Then I changed, and then it is very, very good, because why? If you use fat as source of energy, you what I do, morning I drink coconut oil. Coconut oil is fat, and my body is using this fat for energy. But then it is not for long, because I don't drink much. But then what happens? All coconut oil already consumed, and but body want to have more energy, and what it is using, you're using own fat which is accumulated in your body as a source of energy, because it's the same. For body, it is the same. If it can take your adipose tissue, so your fatty cells, it can use it as energy. So you are not obese, you are not overweight. And also what is interesting, brain work much better if you are in ketosis. Ketosis is that if you use fat as a source of energy. Of course, your body will create not much, but some amount of glucose, because some cells, not in your brain, but in your eyes are such that they eat only glucose. What is interesting also, if you follow such a diet, you will never sick from cancer. It will protect you from infections. Why? Because cancer cells and infected cells, they use as a source of energy only sugar. Mitochondria in these cells don't work. They produce energy different way. They produce energy by so-called process of fermentation. Fermentation means this so that sugar or glucose turns into pyruvic acid, and next step is lactic acid. So it makes inside of the cells piao, it makes acidic environment. This acidic environment very bad actually, but what to do? Okay, then they give this acid outside. So cancer cells, but if you stay on ketogenic diet, a level of glucose in your blood very low. So cancer cells and infected cells, they work the same. They cannot have enough energy, because cancer cells have grown, they are growing, they divide, and then, but if there is no energy, they just slow down, they don't develop. What else help to stop cancer cells and infected cells? Vitamin C or ascorbic acid, but in big amounts, large amounts. As they call it, people call it mega doses. Mega doses is everything what is more than 2 grams of vitamin C a day. Vitamin C is so special that it is working as antioxidant, but it also working as pro-oxidant. So what happens? First step of oxidation, it creates oxidized ascorbic acid. It is oxidized once, and when it is one oxidated with one oxygen only, yeah, then it can go further to oxidate two, to react with two atoms of oxygen, or it can go back, so it can react with hydrogen and So it will be pro oxidative. And when it is pro-oxidative, in cancer cells, as I said, inside acidity. And if it is acidity, ascorbic acid cannot work as antioxidant. It works as pro-oxidant. And pro-oxidant means that inside of your cell, a number or concentration of the reactive oxygen species getting very high. And when it is very high, these toxic substances, they destroy the cell. They destroy membranes, they destroy organelles. Eventually, cancer cells and infected cells, they die out. This is a very easy way to kill the cancer cells and infected cells. First, you have to go to ketosis to use for food only fat. Then your body adapted to it. Your level of glucose in blood very low. This cancer cell infected cells already starving. In next step, you eat ascorbic acid, and ascorbic acid kills these infected cells and cancer cells. So you remove it. You remove your cancer, so you will be never sick. You're never sick. Every day I take 15-18 grams of ascorbic acid. For me it is okay. Some days I take 30 grams of ascorbic acid, and I never sick, never. Okay, this was idea proposed by Nobel Prize winner. He was actually twice winner. Name is Linus Pauling. Linus Pauling, very brilliant scientist. He has about 1,600 publications. And I have, I'm also a professional scientist, but in comparison with Pauling, I'm nothing. I have only 140 scientific publications. He has more than 1,000. So he's actually 10 times better than me, 10 times more productive. Of course, he is a Nobel Prize winner. Okay, then if you trust the scientist who is very, very smart, then you can save yourself. What Linus Pauling didn't know that time, because he already died in year 1994, I think it's about 25 years ago, I don't remember exactly, but you can check internet. And that time, ketogenic diet was not popular. People didn't think about ketogenic diet. So now, I know that if you use ketogenic diet, so use fat as source of energy plus ascorbic acid, it works so much better. But Linus Pauling himself didn't know about this, so he used only ascorbic acid. And if you have glucose or sugar as a source of energy, then ascorbic acid works, but not so well, because cancer cells and infected cells, they work, they have enough sugar. So you have to do it a little bit complicated, but it's relatively easy. Okay, what else? I just to tell you that, interesting enough, we are so special creatures, because humans very much different from all animals. Then it is also considered that we have one pro-mother. I mean, in long term, 500,000 years ago, there was one monkey who and then a few males, and only from this family we got all the humanity. All the humanity has the same mother. But it is for monkey, actually. For monkey, we humans different. We are different, but we have code. We have code of this Neanderthals. What is interesting, we have the same mitochondria as monkey. So our DNA in the nucleus is different, but mitochondria is the same. Okay, so we certainly were connected. There was some mating between monkey and humans. This we got genetics quite similar, but not the same. Some people have more genes from monkeys, some have less. fewer, but in principle we consider that again that there was one monkey, all common mother. What else? As I said, humans can cooperate, can work together. Why? Because only humans, no more other animals, have such features that human female, a woman, don't have so-called estrus. Estrus, it is a time when female want to have baby. Okay? And in all animals have this estrus once a year, mostly once a year, maybe a little bit shorter, but okay, maybe twice a year, but not very short. Some animals like elephants, they have estrus once in 3 years. It depends on the size. And estrus, it is again, it is like period. For women have periods. Women have periods every month. And they not in such excitement to make baby, because it's every month coming. And what changed? Before, if you look at monkey have such a family that one alpha male have many wives, like 20, more than 15 wives. Yeah? And beta males, which are not so strong, who are not so strong as alpha male, they cannot make baby because they never have wife or never have female. Only alpha male make baby. In the same situation is with lions and tigers and other animals, many other animals, like only alpha male can have baby, and beta male not happy. They want to make baby but cannot. In humans, family is one man, one woman, and it is okay. And because of this, men can cooperate, can work together. Neanderthals were family like this, one alpha male and many females around him, but he was always fighting other males, beta males. He was always fighting, no cooperation, and then difficult time came and they all die out. Okay? So you see again, and again, as I said, epigenetics is the key. You decide for yourself. Are you working bee, so you live short, you die young, have no money, and working all life, or you are a royal subject, or you are a royal person like a king. So it is does not mean that you don't work. You work, but it's a little bit different work. You work more with your brain. You're smart. You're strong, and of course, girls. If you want girls fall in love with you, you better be alpha male. You better be a king, like king. And to be a king, you have to eat, and they have to understand what to eat. Don't eat this shit. Fast food, no. Soft drinks, no. Fruits and vegetables, no. Then beer, no. You eat only animal products. Animal products and coconut oil also very good. Okay, guys, you see that again, epigenetics is kind of above genetics. You can change yourself. You can change yourself very much. You can live 60 times longer than working bees, than other people who have no money and die young. Well, it's up to you. Okay, you decide. If you think it is shit, okay, up to you. Okay, then again, if you are king, then you probably will be smarter. You will, you know how to make money, and also you can survive in difficult conditions. Okay, then this is all what I want to tell you about in this presentation. I will make maybe another video, a little bit go to in details of the genetics, but again, my key point here, the genetics work. We can make genetically modified humans, but will be these humans better than we are? I doubt so. My point is that we can make ourselves much better if we just change food. If we go to epigenetics, next step above the genetics, okay? This is what I want to say. Okay, then this video is all. Just what to do, just watch the video. If any questions, use this classroom to ask questions. Okay, ciao. Pardon me, wait, okay.